yeah, I'm totally looking forward to getting back out on the road, and it's very exciting to actually to be on my own, because it's the right time in my life. So, and I'm ready for it, and I think I'm kind of at the right mental place as well to do it. Having the experience of the 15 years with the Cranberries and the huge phenomenal success that we had so young, having dealt with that and having learned to cope with it and to live and function on a day-to-day basis as a human being with that, and to kind of move on and get over it and find your feet and go back down to reality. And when you've done that, I feel like I've done kind of a 360-degree circle, and that I'm kind of at a stronger place now mentally, than I've ever been in my life. So that's good. When I joined the Cranberries, it was a 6-album kind of deal thing. So I always stayed with them, and I felt that, I entered into that union with them with this kind of an idea, and it was important for me not to just leg her as soon as the band got really big or whatever. I felt that I had a certain amount of commitment and stuff. I wanna get out, I wanna go home. Towards the end, then it just came to a point where it was kind of the obvious thing, as we had 5 albums and the greatest hits. And then it kind of seemed like time for a change, So all the arrows were pointing in one direction, and here it is. I think that there is a broad spectrum of emotions on the album, being that I experienced death and birth in my personal life over the last 4 years in the family. So I think that there are emotions that go very deep into the darkness, but there are also emotions that go into more bright and positive things. I think that musically speaking, it's quite rocking, more rocking than what I might have had predicted when I began the recording process. I kind of had a feeling that it was going to be ethereal and probably more piano driven, but as the creative process evolved, basically it just started to become more aggressive at times, being that maybe I might be angry over a particular issue that I might be writing about, So no, it's really strange how the electric guitar seemed to kind of make its way back into my life again. I suppose it's an amazing instrument, really. Are You Listening? It was basically, it was just a nice idea. I remember I said to my husband that I'd come up with a really good title, and he said, "What is it?" And I said, "Are you listening?" And he kept saying, "I am." And I was saying, "No, are you listening?" And he was going, "I am. What is it?" And I was going, "Are you listening?" And I just liked the little, the subtlety of it. It's very subtle, and it's delicate, and it's not a statement. It's a delicate question, and also, if you are listening, well then you're listening, and if you're not, well then you don't know about it, do you? I've Loved My Eye. It's a really strong, powerful love song, basically. And it was inspired by an experience that I had where I was going on tour an awful lot with the band, the Cranberries. It was tough enough kind of leaving the little ones and stuff, and my husband always did come with me, but I just had to do this part of the tour without him because he was sick. And for a second I just imagined my life without him, and it was like, it would be terrible. And I suddenly realised that it's so easy to take love for granted on a daily basis or whatever. And I kind of realised that all human beings ultimately strive to be loved and to find one love. And if you find it, you really do have to cherish it every single day and every single minute. You can never take it for granted, Well, the album was recorded on-off periods over a 4-year period. And basically, I did the majority of the writing and demoing in my houses. I have the the small Pro Tools setup that an awful lot of artists are benefiting creatively from that these days. As when you're in a small room in your own house and it's not really costing a lot and you're not under pressure, you feel no pressure, so you get more inspiration creatively. It's fantastic because basically 1 minute you could be cooking the dinner, and then the next minute you could be downstairs slapping down a really nice verse. So it's very practical for families and for stuff like that. Really, there's a great freedom in it. And then I would work like this on the Pro Tools, and I had a guy called Dan Broadbeck who came in, and basically we would record maybe 7 or 8 songs, and then I would take him into a big studio and I would fly in my musicians, and I would have them kind of do a kind of a photocopy of basically the demo, but playing real instruments, because I'm kind of old school and I feel like there's nothing like a real bass and there's nothing like a real guitar. So you have to have the real human heart there behind it. So some immaculate players came in and played, and I think we got to a point where we had about 30 songs all together, and we figured we should stop now and select the cream of the crop for the record, and we kind of we moved on. It's really hard, because I can't really choose a favourite track on this album, because there's, as I said, there's a lot of very personal songs, and it was written over a long period of time, so there's a lot of close to the bone kind of stuff there, and to be honest with you, they'd all be kind of, I like them all really. I don't really, there's no one song that I actually don't like, so that's good, because I've often felt kind of so about songs, but all these songs I'm kind of feeling that they're very representative of where I am and how I feel and stuff, so I'm very happy with it really, which is very important. I think everybody mellows, it's life. As we get older, we do mellow, we soften. I think the 20s for everybody is probably kind of a time in your life where you're not really sure who you are. But when I was back then, 10 years ago, I really thought I knew everything. But now I think that I know nothing, because I've learned that you're so wrong about so many things, and that life is really not as predictable as you think, and it's not as easy. It's not as simply cut, straightforward. It's always, you just never know what's around the corner,
Beautiful girl, won't you be my inspiration? Beautiful girl, don't you throw your love around. What in the world could ever come between us? Beautiful girl, I'll never let you down, won't let you down.
I don't really go out that much, socialising and that kind of thing. I stay in a lot, and I dress down. I look like crap when I'm at home. Like, I just go around in tracksuits and dodgy hats and stuff. And it's great, because if you kind of look dodgy and stuff, well then I don't think they kind of want a dodgy person. They like the glamorous thing, so I don't really play that game, and luckily I've been very fortunate. I haven't been pulled into it too much, so I'm happy about that.
Your dreams, beautiful girl.
I think, as you get older, you learn to accept yourself and accept things and relax a bit. I don't really feel that it's important for me to look in a certain way or anything like that, because I just think, I've got this voice and it was a gift, and I feel that it's kind of a bit of an obligation to share it with people. You know, it's like, hey man, on a channel or whatever. But you know, it is nice. I mean, it's great to have a gift like that. And I absolutely love performing, and I love the joy that I can bring to people when you know, when you're there and you're singing and you see your fans, and they just really, they love it. And you know, I get letters from people kind of telling me that maybe certain songs help them through certain things. And you know what, it's great to have that gift, and it's great to be able to use it. And I count myself very, very lucky and very blessed, really. I've been very fortunate on my journey. So touch wood, fortune may well continue.
Inspiration, beautiful girl. Don't you throw your love.
Like, that's kind of the thing. It's like it's really about the voice, and when you got that kind of distinctive sound, I don't really think it really matters the image and all that stuff that much, you know, because I think people really kind of they like the voice, really, and that's the thing, you know. So that's cool.